They're not as special as they've told themselves that they are, or unique, and they're just regular. Here's a little hint. All of us are just regular. None of us have boats, airplanes, jets, Lambos, 50 Birkin bags. All that stuff's pretend. And if you do have it, you're in the 1% of all people walking Earth. We can't have half of us be in the 1%. But what does social media do? Every woman has a $20,000 purse. That doesn't make sense.
No.
Every girl in college now has a Louis Vuitton bag, $4,000 bag. My car cost $1,000 when I got out of college. And there's kids walking around with $4,000 bags. There's guys that have $50,000, $100,000 watches and they still have credit card debt. It doesn't make sense.
No.
But what is that? That's us being used.
Yeah, and I think if we go back to what you said also earlier, because we talk about organizations and government and everything about trust. If we put it on a more, because I have a question that I just came up with, because it has to do with, we talk about trust. And if we talk about trust, we think about AI and do we know if it's something that can manipulate the system? Do we know that we're talking to our loved ones, or when we are somebody's calling us, or those kinds of developments? That is what I think people are really scared about. Do we trust the system that much? Because perhaps you feel that, I think I'm talking to my loved one here, my dear friend, or actually it's an AI that just.
How do I know right now that you're not talking to a robot and I'm not talking to a robot? We don't know, right?
No.
I could actually be a robot.
That's something I think many people are scared about. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I think that is something that many people think about. That is what the trust is about on a personal level. What do you think? What do you say to those people?
So at one point in time, none of this is original thought. We've seen this with everything. Somebody invented a car and then someone made a better car. Somebody made AOL.com and Yahoo for search, and now it's Google. Somebody made OpenAI, and then China does DeepSeek. But then Elon Musk does Grok. There's 3 big AIs that are free out there right now, right? So there's always, you did it first. Now someone leapfrogged and did it again, and someone did this. If I don't like OpenAI, maybe I go use Grok. If I don't like Grok, maybe I go make a new and different one. Ultimately, people aren't on MySpace anymore. They went to Facebook. And then people got done with Facebook and they went to Instagram. There's going to be something new next year or the following year, right?
Yeah.
So I think with AI, if we don't like what's going on with it, it's real easy. You turn off the app. It's real easy. You don't use it. And if you don't use it, they can't get information from you and they don't have you. So if you choose to not engage with what you know is wrong or goofy or just don't like, turn it off.
Yeah, that's a good advice. And then you think, we have to get the information still, But of course, because that is something to do with health and wellness as well. Because if you don't feel, because you can get unwell about this also. If you feel like, I don't trust people anymore. What is that kind of development? We have to have trust still, no matter what, because that is really important. We are talking so much. I have lots of questions here. Do we have more time?
Absolutely. As long as I'll make you fall asleep, sure.
No, it's I'm used to this. And what was the time in the US? I was just like 3.
It's 4:40.
Okay, great. Yeah. But we have some time left then, because I would like to go to this. If we talk about this wellness and finding the purpose, because I have my podcast called Stress and Purpose in Life.
Yeah.
And if we talk about purpose, if we have AI as a really great tool, and you talk about the personality, the abilities and the characteristics, that they are still there, that needs to be there. But what is our sense of purpose if we feel that AI is taking over many things of what we used to do ourselves? Do you think that?
But no, I would go back to, if somebody hits the lottery right now, and this is very telling, you hit the lottery, You get $1 million, $10 million, $100 million. What do people want? They want to live somewhere warm by a body of water, not have a computer, maybe not even have a cell phone, and just have good food and be
All
around
the,
their friends.
yeah,
That's it. Has
yeah.
that changed since you were 20 years old? Did that change since your mom and dad were 20 years old? It's never changed. Our basic wants and needs have never changed. Now, do we want stuff? Do we want to, are we very vain now because of computers? We like to look at ourselves because they got people from the gaming industry and gambling to program these apps to get engagement and keep us hooked and make us
Uh,
share and take all our money. Well, instead of money like a casino with the slot machine, this is taking up our time. Time's money. So how
yeah,
much time has this little bandit of a casino of the slot machine, how much
yeah,
time did this steal from you? That has to do with your health. If you're a woman, okay, I have a daughter. She doesn't use screens. She's not allowed to use screens, and I hope she never uses them. Because when you look on, the standard of beauty isn't real now. Everybody has a filter.
yeah,
Everybody color corrected the light. It rained all day except for that 1 minute that you got that one good picture that you took 30 pictures of and then scrolled through to get the perfect one to go tell your friends, I had such a great time in blah, blah, blah. And I
yeah,
was at this fancy store. And here's the picture of me by the cool place with the other cool dude. And that was one fraction. And we spend more time comparing ourselves to each other, our pretend, airbrushed, fake, color corrected bullshit to impress
yeah,
people that we don't even give a bleep about.
yeah,
And when you call your mom, you go, it rained the whole time. Yeah, the food was okay. But then I go look and it's like, oh, I was with the fanciest person and David Beckham talked with me on the soccer field and I drove a Rolls Royce and I flew in a private jet. It takes 2 seconds to go do that. And now you can put backgrounds in. So what are we doing? So as far as stress, envy is terrible. Comparison is the thief of joy.
yeah,
Comparison is the thief of joy. And what are we doing? We're comparing ourselves, especially women, are
yeah.
comparing themselves to an unreal, artificial, pretend thing that doesn't even exist. And now
No,
they have these AI women that never have a bad hair day. They don't talk back. They don't raise their voice, and they're impeccably dressed, and they never complain. Great,
yeah,
but where'd they get all that information? From women posing in pictures and showing what good look. So the computer
yeah,
keeps getting what you're feeding it, and now you have this unrealistic standard of beauty. What
yeah,
about being smart? All these guys out there. Oh well, blah 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 blah. Can you launch a rocket? No. Do you have an engineering degree? No. Then why are you using rocket science words? To impress us? That's fake. Turn your phone off for a week, and I want to see how interesting you are at dinner. I want to see if I ask you a question, are you looking to go use Google? Are you still calculator dependent? Are you still counting on your hands and fingers? Or do you actually have an original thought? If you take the phone away from most adults right now, they don't know what to do. What do you think we're doing with our kids now? Who do you choose to be? As an example, who do you choose to be as someone that uses these tools? It's our choice. So for stress, I don't want one of those devices. For
no,
purpose, my purpose is to literally hug my daughter, not text a smiley emoji and get on TikTok and be
yeah,
plugged to a charger. I want to go
mm,
outside in the fresh air, not in front of a computer, and play baseball with my son.
yeah,
I want to hold hands with somebody beautiful and walk down a beach. I don't want to look at a screensaver, right?
no. And that's
Does
so,
anybody ever go, oh man, forget going to the gym and having fresh air and exercise today? I really want to doom scroll about the end of the world on favorite,
uh,
right? But what do we do?
and
So,
still we do that, many people.
but what's
Yeah,
this? What are we feeding our brain? And how does that, the women get the unrealistic expectation? The guys now think they're a little bit cooler than they are, and they're not because we're just a bunch of idiots. All guys are all idiots. Okay. So look, we got pretend girl, pretend guy. Everybody's Barbie and Ken, except we're not. We're just normal
No.
people. We
Uh,
have our kids. They don't listen. They do listen. They eat. They don't eat. They have a good day. They have a bad day. We want them to have a better opportunity than us, and we want them to be safe. So what's
uh,
different? We just got some tools. That's it. How much
uh,
of that do we want to spend? And our time is the currency. So how
mm.
much are you letting this and this, the computers, the electronics, how much of your time are you gambling at that electronic casino? I hope it's only using for the tool. I hope you're not betting too much money in Monte Carlo.
That's so good advice, because of course I think sitting on the. I mean, how many hours do you sit on the telephone? We have like you can look at it. How many hours do you sit actually per day? And
Yeah.
those hours are your hours taken away
Yeah.
from you. So I
Mm-hmm.
totally agree with you. Is there something more that you would like to say if we talk about if we look into the future now? It's like the same last couple of questions, just because what are you seeing like if the AI and everything around it? Because you told me when we had that pre-interview, but AI is good because it will uh, help us cure cancer, perhaps.
Yeah.
It's so much bigger. So
Mhm.
what do you believe are the unique positive things with AI if you look at the bigger picture in the future?
What's
What do you think?
unique is now that they made computer chips and processors, and they're so powerful that you're able to do things faster. Now you say, what things do I want to do faster? Do I want to look at lustful women in swimsuits and less, or do I want to research how to make a car safer? Do the girls want to go look at purses and bags and celebrity gossip, or do they want to learn about uh, something that they want to do to get more fresh air in the day? Right? Like, what are we doing as guys and gals? I think what this stuff does, it enables to do whatever we want to do when no one's looking,
Uh,
right? Because ultimately, this is our little crack addiction, right? Our little drug addiction, our little whatever. How crack addicted are you to this thing that every time you're bored, you have to be occupied? You can't just sit there and be present and enjoy the day and watch people. The funniest thing that you've seen, you were at lunch or breakfast or dinner with one of your girlfriends or your loved one or something. You go, look at that over there, ha ha ha, right?
uh,
This doesn't do anything for you. All this does is allows you to do whatever you choose to do faster. Now, if you know how to ask the right questions or do things with meaning, research, create something positive, whatever positive is, something value added to society, to your job, to whatever, it may
uh,
help you. Like me, I stink at cooking, but if I don't know how to do something, I can look it up and I can try to do something with my kids. If I don't know something about a science experiment, I can learn something knowing that they're coming home for language homework and I can know the 5 words that they do and how to teach them better. I could be a
uh,
better parent. Um, I can get higher quality information. I could also teach people quicker, faster, better. Tonight,
mm,
you have this. There's some clips in here that maybe somebody who has no education about computers heard it a little bit different from some crazy American, and they go, I didn't know that's all that was. I didn't know
mm,
that this is just quicker, faster, better. Yeah, you're right. It is my choice. Well, I knew all that before I woke up this morning, but maybe this is kind of a little slap in the head that people need sometimes. So I
mm,
think that if you want to do good, you can do great with AI. If you want to do good, you can do great because you can ask so many questions and get so much high quality information and then go do something quicker than read 5 million books,
uh,
summarize a zillion lectures, do all that. So we could learn at a pace and we can consume education. We can learn about people. We can see where things went wrong and how to play it back better if we would have made a
mm,
better decision. We can learn better, which was the whole point in the beginning. It was libraries collecting the library so we can get smarter.
uh,
So, what are we using our time to learn and get better quicker and then go do something good faster and more successful? Or are we doing it
mm.
just for entertainment or vanity or something stupid? I'm not scared of AI. I love it.
Yeah.
Now the people, it's a reflection of the people.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's a reflection of. I hope for the next generation that they use it for something good.
Yeah.
That they realize that that is something, because if we take the final question now, I would like to go back to what we started off. How do we like find the? Is it like, can we harmonize this? Can we make it like? Can we be part of it in a positive way? And you're actually answering that question now. We can.
Yeah.
If we just choose to, and if we use it in a intelligent way, not a stupid way. And it's really great. Oh, you are such an inspiring person to talk to, because I love this, because many people need to hear this, and I think many people that are listening now, you sit on the telephone too much, and what you're telling me, use the AI for something good, and use it productively instead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not using it for silly stuff. There's not enough time in the day. As we get older, there really isn't enough time in a day. And you have kids, you have responsibility, you have a relationship, you have your job, everything's increasing. So it's, how do you spend your time? Are you busy or are you productive? Because you can do the good stuff quicker, faster, better, these are productivity machines. Now, is it going to be a productivity machine for you to be more productive? Or is it going to be a productivity machine for the tech company to let you be a zombie, to tell you how to distract you from your day, to go buy more crap you don't need, to impress the people you don't like and don't care about? Which one's your choice?
Yeah, that is such a no-brainer, so amazing. Thank you so much. Can we round it up a little bit now? And I just, where can the people, because you are some traveling around the world, right? So you have like keynote speaking, you're visiting, what are you doing? I don't know. But can people get in contact with you and in some way?
I'm very much limited on it. So with technology, I've very much limited my
because I
technology
realized
footprint.
that you said that to me, because you're not that visible anymore. You're visible, but not in the way that
I'm visible to the right people. So to the nerds, I'm very visible. To the people that make and break things, I'm very visible. To the cyber community, I'm incredibly visible. To people that want my personal information or want pictures of my little kids online or something, there's none. You're not going to find them. You're not going to know where my mom lives. You're not going to know too much about my personal life, because I don't want you to. And 20 years ago, you actually had to talk with somebody to learn. I'm not volunteering up a bunch of my private stuff because it takes away my privacy.
Yeah, because I realized that when I was, because I know you are famous also for me, from, we connected a few years ago, and I really, and then when I talked to you, I was like, oh, you are really famous in this area. So of course, known in this area. But I would like to thank you very much.
So to your point, exactly to your point, I don't feed the matrix. No. I don't feed the matrix too much.
And that's a good ending sentence, because I think that is also very important for people to realize that we don't need to do that. We don't need to have.
What's more important than your time? Nothing. Your time and your presence. That's currency. Money's not. There's no such thing as a shark that has money, or a bird that has money. They have time and they have presence. We have these efficiency machines that we get to be efficient in looking up dumb things to entertain us and be busy, not productive. How many hours? I would challenge anybody that's listening to this or hears this. Look at your phone. How many, not minutes, how many hours did you spend last week looking at dumb stuff that did nothing good and wasted your time? Take that and put that back into a walk outside. Take it into looking your loved one in the face and having a meaningful relationship. Have it with, you got your kids and they're only young for so long, playing however many games with your kids. Or are you doing this every evening? My rule is this: when daddy comes home, this turns off and they get to go hide it in a room. And the rest of the night, until they go to bed, and if I need to make a phone call, as soon as the kids are home, I don't have electronics anymore. There's no consumption of any of this stuff because it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
It
And
literally is a waste of time, and we know it. You would
yeah,
much rather go play a sport, go on a walk, sunbathe in a warm weather, go hiking in a park, do your hobby, knit, whatever the heck you like to do. Everything is better than staring at a glass rectangle doing nothing.
yeah,
And it's
really
funny
good.
when we say it, but get on the train tomorrow. Get in the train. See how many cars wreck because people are doing this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and when you wake up from that and you see that, it looks really stupid. I mean,
I
I
think it's
was on
hilarious.
vacation a while ago, and I was like, okay, the kid is sitting on with the telephone, the parents are sitting in the telephone, they are eating dinner. What is that kind of? It's really stupid. But I mean, we are like, as you said, it's like an addiction, and
Oh, it's very much. And
yeah,
I don't know, it's a crack addiction, it's a heroin addiction. People are addicted to more me now. And I would just say, do you really think you're that important? You can go across any religion. You can be Muslim, you can be Catholic, you can be Jewish, you can be Christian, you can be Buddhist. Being full of yourself's not too good on any of those.
no, no, I
We
mean,
all know the answer. We all know that it's not great. We all know that vanity is not a good thing. We all know that envy and pride and ego, none of those are great things. So, what are these little ego, pride, and wrath? And I can be anonymous and say, you're ugly or you're fat or you're thumbs down. What is that? And we're the
yeah,
grown ups. We're the grown ups. How
yeah,
many hours did you literally spend of your life on a stupid glass rectangle? It
no,
didn't make you smarter. I hope it did if you use it the right way, but most people, it did make you smarter. Your day didn't get better.
no,
You got more stress. There's more stuff in your head that doesn't need to be. And now you're thinking, what am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? You're not
no,
missing anything. Life is right here in front of you. You're not missing anything. Throw that thing in the garbage for a week and see what happens.
yeah,
Nothing. Your life
no,
is better. You exercise more. You probably get more sunlight, more fresh air. You probably have richer conversations. Turn your damn phone off. Turn it off.
yeah. Wow, thank you for being on this show. This was so remarkable. I really love this podcast with you. You are amazing, and we need to wrap it up now. And I would like to just say thank you again. And for the people that are listening, amazing to have you on the show. And I think many people resonate with this and take his advice and put the phone down. And please subscribe to this channel if you really resonate with this, because this is a topic that's going on forever. I mean, this is the future we live in, and we not need to talk about it because it has a lot to do with our identity and how we teach ourselves and our children to live the best life possible. So until next time, and remember to really listen to what we have told you here today, because we need to be more living less with stress and more purpose. And if we have the telephone in front of us, that's not possible. So I will leave it with those words. And until next time, and thank you for listening. Bye for now.